Okay, welcome everybody, and thank you for coming, and for those of you who are connected from home. Welcome to the informative session of two of the masters we are offering here at the Telecom School. My name is Alba Pagés Zamora. I am the dean of the school, and I'm very happy to be here and welcome you, all of you, to this informative session. I will let the head of studies here of these two master programs, Professor Marcos Postigo, the details for the registration or for the if you want to register these masters, and also Sonia Salades, who will give you support from the administrative. He's an administrative person from the administrative staff, and will guide you on all the paperwork, let's say. And I only want to say something about the option of registering a master's program. I think in general, to engage and to register a master's program is very important for your professional career. Sometimes, and I think it's important, and after you got a degree, a bachelor degree, you immediately pursue a master degree. Why? Because once you have a master's degree, the opportunities in the market to get a job are higher, and also the salary is higher. This is like this, and it's like, I would say, if you have a bachelor degree, you can start working for 20 here in Barcelona, right? 21,000 euros per year. If you have a master's degree, you start with 26. You can ask for 26 for sure, depending on the master's degree, okay? So, of course, this will help you to have a higher position and a higher salary. This is for definitely true. Another thing is that if you delay the option of the start of a master's degree, you prefer just after you have the bachelor degree to start working, get some experience. This is also positive, right? And then come back to the university and pursue a master's degree. Well, depending on the master's degree, sometimes it's difficult because, maths, usually we tend to forget maths. This discipline is difficult sometimes. So, and also life evolves, and maybe your personal objectives or your personal situation will change and will be more difficult for you to follow a master's degree. You won't have time to do it once you start working. You will finish at 6 o'clock, then you will want to have some life, some personal life. And I see this in my kids, in my sons, right? When can I continue studying if I want to work and I want to have a personal life? So I think it's a good idea to just finish the bachelor degree and right after bachelor degree, start a master's degree. And of course, you start your income. You delay the time you start having some income from yourselves, right? But you will earn more money. So this is good. It's worth. And also another aspect for those of you who have some experience in work and you want to engage a new master's program, I think it's also important to, as a way of self-learning, as a way to improve your professional skills, right? I've seen that people I work at the academia, right? So in academia, of course, you study a bachelor, a master's, then a PhD, and all the time you are studying. But when you go to work to the industry, I've seen that people uses a master program to shift a little bit his professional orientation. And I think it's also important that you are very strategic selecting the master's program. So because this will help you as a way to improve your your curriculum and to guide your professional activity. Here we present here today two different masters. The master's degree in engineering, in telecommunications engineering is a 2 years master program. This is the master you have to take if you want to go outside to the world and say that you are a telecom engineer, right? And the other one is the master's degree in advanced telecommunication technologies. Is a 1 year master's program and much more focused on some of your particular interests. The first one is broader, but then you get the degree of that you can say that you are a telecom engineer, right? And the other one is much more oriented in case you have some particular interest. So that's all I wanted to say. And I now, Professor, the head of studies, Marcos, will continue. Thank you.
Okay, welcome to this session about the communications engineering masters. Name is Marcos Postigo. Okay, I'm the head of both masters, Master Met and Master Mat. ¿Sí? Well, first I'm going to talk to you about what are telecommunications, okay? And first, to begin this presentation, I want to also to talk to you about the Telecorrenta, that is a project that promotes the telecommunications engineering in Spain. Okay, if you don't know this project, is a project that basically what does is promoting these studies for the bachelor's and for the master's degrees. Okay, so if you don't know this website, you can go and there you will find many information about the telecommunications engineering. Okay, also you can find the project in the social networks, okay, like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and so on. Okay. Well, you know, if you come from this school, you know that when we talk about telecommunications, we talk basically about four areas. One is the communication area, another one is the electronics, networks, and multimedia or audiovisual communications. And this is what you are going to find in a master level in both masters. Okay, you are going to find the way to specialize in communications technologies. You also can specialize in electronic technologies or network technologies or multimedia technologies. Okay, this is basically what you are going to find in both masters. If you are interested in one of these areas, you can focus on one of these areas, or if you want to be specialized in some of these areas, okay, also you can do it in both masters. Now, let's see which are the main differences between both masters, okay? Between the Master Met. The Master Met is the master in telecommunications engineering, and the Master Mat is the master in advanced telecommunications technologies. First, let's see the differences in terms of the telecommunications engineering profession. Okay, as Alba told you, the master's degree in telecommunications engineering is the master that is going to qualify you for practicing the telecommunications engineering profession. Okay, why you want this qualification for being a telecommunications engineering? Basically, because you are going to be a telecommunications engineer, and also when it's required to be a telecommunications engineering, for example, if you want to access to a telecommunications engineering position in the public service, you need to be qualified for this profession, and you will need to have this master, okay, for accessing to those professions that requires this qualification. The master math is not going to give you this qualification for being a telecommunications engineering, okay, and this is this main difference between both masters, okay. It's an important difference related with this qualification for the profession of telecommunications engineer. Let's see now the different structure in credits. Okay. Also, Alba has told you that the Master MET is a master of 2 years, a master of 120 ECTS. And the structure, as you can see, is a structure where you find a block of compulsory subjects of 45 credits. Okay. This means 9 subjects. And this, if a semester is 30 credits, means 1.5 semesters. Okay. For finishing this compulsory part of the master. And then you have an elective part of the master of 45 ECTS, where you are going to focus in one of these telecommunications areas. Okay. Then I will talk you how can you this focusing on a particular area in the master, because there are some there are different ways for doing this. And finally, you have a master thesis that in this case is a master thesis of 30 CTS, is 1 semester for doing this master thesis. In the case of the master math, the Masters in Advanced Telecommunications Technologies is a master of only 1 year, only 60 CTS, only 2 semesters, and in this case, as you can see, the elective 33 ECTS. The elective part is for specializing in one of the areas that you are interested in. And also you have a compulsory part, but in this case it's only a part of 15 ECTS, okay, only 3 subjects that are compulsory, and they are very transversal, so they are focused for any one of the people that want to follow the master. And finally, you have a master thesis of only 12 ECTS. Okay. So as you can see, this is a big difference between both masters. One is a master of 2 years, the other is a master of 1 year, and the compulsory part in the case of the master MET is a compulsory part of 45 ECTS versus the 15 ECTS in the master MET. Both masters, in terms of the minimum academic progress that is required in a master, you are going to need to pass 15 ECTS in the first year. Okay, if you don't pass this 15 ECTS, this means 3 subjects. Remember that in a year you can enroll 60 ECTS. Okay, so passing 15 ECTS is easy. Okay. But if you don't pass this 15 ECTS, the problem is that you will need to be out of the master at least 1 year. Okay, so this is a requirement for all the masters in UPC. Okay, and you have to remember that the first year at least you have to pass these 3 subjects. Let's talk about the differences in terms of the specialization. Once you have done these compulsory credits, you will want to specialize on a particular area. In both masters, you are going to find the same elective subjects, almost the same. There are some differences in the case of the Master MAT, the Master in Advanced Telecommunications Technologies. You are going to find some subjects from the Masters in Electronic Engineering. Okay, this means that you will find 3 tracks that are subjects from this master. Okay, the master is in electronic engineering, and also you are going to find in this master some subjects. Since this master is a master that is given in Barcelona and in Castelldefels, okay, you are going to find also some subjects from the TAC, okay, the School of Telecommunications in Castelldefels. Even in this case, in the Master Med, there is an option of taking subjects from other masters. Okay, so in the Master Med, you have up to 15 ECTS credits that you can say, well, I want to do this subject from another master, and I enroll it, and it counts in the Master Med. Okay, these credits. Later I will talk you about the different ways of doing these specializations, but basically in the Master Med you can do an intensification or an specialization. Okay, in the case of the specialization, this is included in your official master's degree. Okay, because it's a specialization and it is recognized in the official master's degree. And in the case of the Master Mat, you only you can follow some tracks. That is a way of ordering these, sorting these subjects in different tracks, or also you have the option of not following any track. Let's see now the differences in terms of mobility in both masters. Okay, in the Master Med, you can take elective courses on mobility. This means that you can go a semester to another university and you can take elective courses that are going to be recognized as elective credits in the Master Med. This is not possible in the Master Mat, okay, because it's a master of only 1 year and is not allowed to do this recognition of elective credits on mobility. And in the case of both masters, you can do on mobility your master's thesis. Okay, so in the Master Med, you can be a semester doing elective courses in a foreign university on mobility, and then in the last semester you can do your master thesis. Okay, and all of this means 1 year on mobility. And in the case of the Master Mat, you only can do the master thesis and in a third semester. So first you need to spend 2 semesters here finishing all of the subjects, and finally the master thesis in a third semester you can go mobility for doing this master thesis. Okay, so mobility is more flexible in the case of Master Med. Also in the Master Med you have the option of doing a double degree. Okay, we have some agreements with other foreign universities for doing these double degrees, and there is this option. Okay, once, if you follow this option of the double degree, once you finish both degrees, you have both degrees from here and from the foreign university. If you want more information about this, usually we have some informative session about this mobility once you are enrolled in the master. And if also you want more information, you can contact to Israel Martin, that is the Vice Dean in charge of all of this mobility. Also, there are some differences in terms of the professional formation in companies or laboratories. This means the internships that you can basically the internships that you can do in these companies or laboratories. These are internships that in this school are always paid, okay? At least as you can see here, 11 euros per hour. And the differences between both masters are these ones. In the case of the Master Med, you can take curricular internships. That means that they can be recognized as 15 elective credits in the master. Okay, this is not in the case of the Master Mat, the curricular in terms of elective credits. And in both masters, you can also take your master thesis in an internship. Okay, so you can recognize the credits of the master thesis in both masters, doing an internship in a company or a laboratory. So this means that the curricular part of the credits that you can do in the Master MET is up to 45 ECTS, and in the Master MAT is up to 12 ECTS. Also, in both masters, you can take extracurricular internships. This means that they have no credit recognition, but you can do these practices in these companies or laboratories. Also, there is another option of this professional formation that is for those that are working in a company or a laboratory and they have professional experience. In the case of the Master MET, it's possible to recognize this professional experience with between 6 and 10 credits, and that depends on the work hours that you have in your company. Okay, so you have to take into account that 6 ECTS means 1,600 work hours. Okay, so this equivalent is what is used for recognizing these credits, and this is only possible in the Master MET. Okay. If you want more information about this, the Vice Dean in charge is Frances Ray. Okay. And if you want more information about this, you contact him. Let's see now the possibility of doing novel research activities in both masters. Okay, that is basically a type of subjects. In reality, they are like projects. Okay, that we call Introduction to Research, that are research activities that you can do in UPC research groups or research institutes or companies. And it can be used for introduction you to the research. Okay, maybe you want to do a PhD and you want to know if you will like doing this PhD. So this can be an introduction to research. And also, if you are interested in research, this this introduction to research can be a way to initiate your master thesis. Okay, that also can be related to the research. If you want to do these subjects, you need to agree with a professor that is going to propose you a project, okay, for doing this introduction to research activities. And once you have this agreement, you can enroll this type of subjects. In the case of the Master MET, you can take 5, 10, or 15 ECTS with this introduction to research activities. If you take 15 ECTS, is incompatible with the curricular internships or the professional experience. Okay, so if you want to do curricular internships, an introduction to research, you only can do up to 10 credits. Okay, but if you are interested in the research, you can do up to 15 ECTS. In the case of the Master Mat, also we have this opportunity of doing this introduction to research, but only 5 ECTS. Okay. And also, obviously, you can do your master thesis research-oriented, okay, taking a project about research. And remember that this thesis is 30 ECTS in the Master MET and 12 ECTS in the Master MAT. So, as you can see, these research activities in the Master MET can be up to 45 ECTS, and in the case of the Master MAT, up to 17 ECTS. Well, let's talk now about the admission. Sonia later will talk you about the particular procedure for doing the admission, but basically remind you that currently we have the pre-enrollment open. Okay, it's open from October 11 to December 11, and we are offering 20 places for each one of the masters for the spring semester. Okay, so for beginning in February. This is the pre-enrollment that we have now open. To access both masters, you need to have some requirements. One is that you need a degree. For I think that all of you will have an official Spanish degree, so you are not going to have any problems. Okay. But it's also to have possible to have an official degree from the European university or for another university. And in these two cases, is needed to have a degree that provides access to the master's studies. Okay. Then we have some specific requirements for the Master MET. The Master MET is a master that qualifies for the professional engineering of profession of telecommunications engineering. Okay, and that means that you need to have been qualified as a technical telecommunications in Spain. Okay, this means that you need to have a bachelor that qualifies you as a technical telecommunications engineering. Okay, here in our school, if you come from the grau en Enginyeria de Tecnologies i Serveis de Telecomunicació o el grau en Enginyeria Electrònica de Telecomunicació, both masters, qualifies you for this technical telecommunications engineering. Okay, so both masters give you access to the Master MET without any problem. Okay, if not, basically, which is required is to have 60 credits of common knowledge on this technical telecommunications engineering and 45 credits of a specific knowledge on one of the areas, okay, of the telecommunications engineering. In the case of the Masters in Advanced Telecommunication Technologies, since we don't have this requirement, basically you can come from any type of degree. Basically, the master is focused on telecommunications degrees, okay? But if you come from another degree, it's also possible to access to the Master MAT, and if you are focusing on one specific area, okay? So imagine that you come from the Faculty of Informatics, okay, and you want to do a track about networks, okay. So basically, if you have the knowledge for doing these subjects, we are going to give you access to the master for doing this track, okay. So we are going to give you in the admission the guidelines for following a particular track. Also, is required, since the master is in English, okay. Now we are doing this presentation for this reason in English, okay. You will need to certify a level B2. You have here a website where you are going to find information about which are the equivalencies to this B2 requirement. And also, you will see that in the admission, we are going to qualify your admission profile, okay? And the way for doing this qualification is taking into account your academic transcript, okay? Taking into account the competencies correspondence of your degree of access to the master with the competencies of the master, and finally, taking into account your curriculum vitae, okay? This qualification basically only is used for setting the order of enrollment. Okay, so the first one in the list of the enrollment will be the person with the highest qualification. Okay, and so on. So usually we only use this qualification for this. Okay, because the number of places is enough for admitting to everyone. Also, in both masters, once you are enrolled, you will see that we have some awards and company grants. If you want more information, you can see this website where there are these awards and company grants more updated. Okay, and usually we have some of these awards and company grants in Master MET, and in Master MAT, I don't know now if we have anyone, okay, but you can go to this website, or also you can ask to Frances Rey that is in charge of these awards and company grants. Well, let's see now quickly which are the both masters, okay? Let's begin with the Master MET. The Master MET is the master that is going to qualify you as a telecommunications engineer, okay? And basically, you are going to find a compulsory part where you are going to see subjects about communications, about networks, about electronics, and about management of the telecommunications projects. Okay, this is going to give you a transversal general knowledge of telecommunications. So each telecommunications engineering that finish the master is going to have this knowledge that is going to be a transversal knowledge in the telecommunications areas. Okay. Then you will have the option of specialize on one particular area on all, or also you can follow an intensification, and if you want to take subjects from other areas, also is possible to do this. Okay. So you can the option of taking subjects also from more than one of these areas. Okay, and remember that this is the master that is going to qualify you as a telecommunications engineering for this profession. Okay. Well, the structure of the master, I have shown you this 120 structure of the master. Also, we have these bridge courses. These bridge courses are credits that, depending on your academic profile, maybe when you access the master, you need to do some bridge courses. Okay, so that depends on your academic profile. And these bridge courses are courses from communications, electronics, or networks. Okay, and depends on your profile if you need to do the subjects or not. Okay. For example, if we see what happens with the students from our school, for people that come from the grades, if they have the major in telecommunication systems, it's not necessary following this bridge. Okay, so your master structure will be this one. But if you come from sistemas telematics or sistemas audiovisuals, you will need to follow 3 subjects on this bridge. Okay, so the structure is going to be this one. You will need to finish these 15 ECTS of bridge subjects. Also, you have the core subjects, and then the elective part. The bridge credits comes from the elective part of the master. Okay, the master continue being 2 years, 220 ECTS. But in this case, since you have to do these 15 credits of bridge subjects, the elective part of the master is only 30 ECTS. Okay, so the bridge subjects are not increasing the duration of the master. Also, if you come from the rest, you have to know that there is an equivalence between these some subjects in the bachelor and the bridge subjects. And the more important to remember, because it's one subject to one subject equivalence, okay, is the equivalence between digital communications, this DC, that is the bridge subject, with CDA system, that is an elective subject in the bachelor. Okay, so if you do this CDA in the bachelor, you don't need to do this DC in the master. Okay. The others are also possible, okay, but also you need to do in these cases to take two subjects to recognize only one. Okay, so usually what the students do is to recognize this if they can, okay, and if not, they do the 3 bridge subjects. Also, if you come from the GRELEC, okay, the Ground Engineering Electrónica de Telecomunicación, you are going to need to do the 3 bridge subjects, okay. Then we have the compulsory part of the master. Here we have subjects about communications, electronics, networks, and management, and they are these 9 subjects. And usually this one, the MTP, Management of Telecommunications Projects, is the last one of these subjects, because here you need to know many things about the other subjects, okay? Well, then you can specialize, okay? You have to take an academic pathway. In this case, in the Master Med, you have the option of not following a specialization. That means to do an intensification, or you can follow a specialization, or you can think on doing a double degree. And doing a double degree basically means to follow here an intensification and continue the studies in another university, or also you want to, if you want to do and stay for studies on mobility, the usual is to follow here intensification. Okay. So an intensification is basically to do these 15 ECTS of elective credits, and basically we have 4 intensifications: communications, networks, electronics, and multimedia. And here you will find a pool of subjects where you have to choose 3 from this pool. Okay, choosing these 3 subjects, you will have the intensification. Okay, and then the rest of elective credits you can expend them as you want. Okay, there are many ways that I will show you in a moment. Also, you can do a specialization. In this case, this means 30 CTS, 20 are compulsory and 10 are elective from a pool of subjects. And the specializations are these 6 specializations: wireless communications, fiber optic communications, antennas, microwaves, and photonics for communications and Earth observations, multimedia, electronics, and networks and internet technologies. Okay. So basically, in this case, if you want to follow a specialization, you will you will do these 30 CTS, 20 are compulsory and 10 are elective. Okay. And if you plan to go to an international university, to a foreign university, basically you have to think about following an intensification here. Okay. And then in the second year, you go to this other university for doing a double degree or for doing these courses on mobility. Okay. If there are more credits to spend, okay, imagine that you have done the intensification, you have spent these 15 ECTS, and you have remaining elective credits, you can follow other elective subjects from the same intensification or specialization, or from another one. Also, you can take seminars, some special subjects that I will show you now which are them. And also you can expend these credits in the introduction to research subjects, or recognize them with your professional experience or with internships in companies or laboratories. Okay, so you will see that these remaining credits can be expended doing internships, recognizing your professional experience, doing introduction to research, and other elective subjects, the seminars, or these special subjects. Okay, the elective subjects, we have elective subjects from each of the intensifications and the specializations. Okay, for example, you have here the communications elective subjects. Also, we have networks courses, we have electronics courses, multimedia courses, and also we have some transversal electives. So you can take these subjects with this rest of credits. And also, I have told you that you have the option of taking up to 15 ECTS credits from for other masters. Okay, so you can also expend the credits in this way. Also, we have seminars. These seminars are 2.5 or 3 credits. They are usually intensive courses that are taken in 1 week, and usually after the final exams and after finishing your exams. Okay, since they are intensive courses, they usually are overlapped, okay, in time, so you have to take into account this when enrolling these seminars. For this course, we have these seminars. Okay, you have this information also in the website. And also we have other type of seminars that are not intensive. They are taken as another subject, but with this number of credits, these 3 credits. And in this year, we have offered these 2 seminars of this type. Okay. Also, there are those special subjects. Basically, those special subjects are this CBI and I2P. They may change from one semester to another one. And basically here, you are going to take a project. You are going to be proposed with a particular problem to tackle. And they are do it in a multidisciplinary way, an international way. So the students of these subjects are usually students from different universities, okay? And they are focused on the innovation and the entrepreneurship and the disruptive design of this of the project that you have proposed. If you want more information about this, you can contact to Ramon Bragos, that is the professor that is in charge of these subjects. And finally, to summary the master, okay, remember that it's a master of 2 years, 120 ECTS. You have the option of following an intensification of 15 ECTS or a specialization of 30 ECTS. And also you can do a double degree. Okay, if you do the double degree, you will need to follow the intensification, or also if you want to do mobility on the second year. Also, you have the option of taking internships that can be curricular, up to 15 ECTS or extracurricular. And this is the master that is going to give you the qualification for being a telecommunications engineer. Let's see now the Master MAT, the Master's Degree in Advanced Telecommunications Technologies. The structure of this master is 1 year. Remember that you have only 15 ECTS of compulsory subjects. These subjects are these 3 subjects: machine learning from data, software architecture, and entrepreneurship for world challenges. And here in Barcelona, we offer these subjects in both semesters, and in Castelldefels, that is the other school that also gives the master, they give these core subjects, these compulsory subjects, only on the fall term. Okay, so in the spring term, you are not going to find this offer in Castelldefels. Here you can follow some academic pathways. In this case, you can follow a vertical track. A vertical track is like a specialization in the master MET, okay? So it's something where you are going to be focused on one specific area. And these are the tracks that you are going to follow in Barcelona, and in Castelldefels you will follow those two transversal tracks that are 5G networks and Internet of Things, that are cross-disciplinary, and in this case they are focused on the part of the communications and networks and communications protocols, okay? And also you have a third option that is not following any track, just select the electives that you are interested in, okay? If you follow 25 ECTS of a particular track, of recommended and elective subjects of this track, you can ask for a certificate of a track issued, okay? But also you are going to find this information in your when you finish the master, okay? Let's see the structure of a track. A track has a structure like this one. A track is simply a way of ordering the subjects, okay? Give you information about which are the knowledge area of this subject. And we have a recommended part of the track, an elective part of the track, and a leveling part of the track, okay? All of these subjects are from the elective part of the master, and well, except in the case of the leveling subjects in Castelldefels that are bachelor courses and increases your the number of credits of the master, okay? The recommended part of the track are the main subjects, okay? They are not compulsory of the track, okay? They are the main subjects of the track, okay? And basically, you are going to find in each track 3 subjects of 5 ECTS that are these main subjects in the track. Also, you are going to find an elective part that in this elective part, you are going to find the optional subjects of the track. In Barcelona, you will find a pool of subjects and you are going to choose the subjects that you want. And in Castelldefels, you will find 6 subjects of 3 CTS each one. And finally, you have the leveling courses that are like the bridge courses in the Master Met, okay? But in this case, are bridge courses for a particular track, okay? So if you want to follow a track and we see that maybe you need to follow these leveling courses, we will tell you that we recommend you to follow these leveling courses. So that depends on your profile. The vertical tracks in Barcelona are very similar to the tracks to the specializations in the Master Met. In communications, we have 3 tracks that are the tracks of antennas, microwaves, and photonics for communications and Earth observation, wireless communications, and optical networks. 1 track about network engineering. In electronics, we have 3 tracks. In this case, we have these 3 tracks: integrated systems, instrumentation and sensors, and micro and nanotechnologies for energy management. That comes from the master in electronics, okay? And also we have a track of deep learning for multimedia processing. And in Castelldefels, they offer the track of 5G networks and the track of Internet of Things. The rest of the electives, if you are not following a track, or maybe you begin following a track, but you want to continue with this track and you want to take other tracks, you can expend the rest of the credits with elective subjects, similar that in Master Met, with seminars. The seminars in the case of the Master Mat are the seminars of 3 CTS. And also you can take the special subjects, CBI or I2P. And you can also do an introduction to research subject of 5 ECTS. So in summary, we have a master of 1 year where you can specialize in a particular track, okay? Or you can also have the option of doing transversal tracks. The compulsory part of the master is only 15 ECTS. And here, in terms of mobility, remember that only you can do the master thesis in a 3rd semester. And in terms of internships in companies, you can only do extracurricular internships, okay? So you don't have the option of recognizing credits of the master for these internships. So, well, also you have more information in the websites, okay, of both masters. We have 2 websites for each one of the masters. This is one of them, and the other one for Master Met is this one, okay, where you are going to have to find here all the information about the admission and the curriculums of the masters, and also in Master Mat you have the same information also in the website, okay. So if you have any questions about each one of the masters. No? So now Sonia is going to talk to you about the pre-enrollment process, okay?
Thank you, Marcos. I will briefly present the few facts you need to know to successfully enroll in the website, okay? So now we are going to present which are the deadlines, which are the documents you need to upload. Just a moment, I will present this. This presentation, both Marcos and mine, will be sent to you by email if you have registered to this session. So if you have not registered, please tell when we finish which is your email address so we can send these documents to you. Okay, these documents, as you can see, all the in blue are links directly that will give you information about all the information you need to know. Just a moment, please, that we will present for those of you who are abroad connected. Just a moment. Okay. Sí. Okay, I think now it's all correct. So, per passar, passo jo mateixa? Quin és? Okay. Okay, basically, there are two deadlines. I don't know, those of you who want to start in February, you should look at this. If not, you should wait for the next one. So it's already open for this spring semester, for this academic year, and then it will finish on December 11. So you will be able to do those master's degree. Okay, and then you will know about the admission progressively. Usually you don't have to wait until the end of the procedure, but usually the official resolution, it will be by 19th of January, but you will probably know about your admission earlier, okay? And the classes start on February. And if you want to start next academic year, then you have to wait until March 1st, okay? And then it will be open until July 1st. And the same as the other round, you will know about your admission progressively as soon as you go with further steps on this procedure. And then the official resolution will be by the end of July, and also the enrollment probably this year. And then the classes will start on September, okay? So the procedure is very easy. I will just show you step by step. Basically, you need to do the registration on this site. Even if you are a student of our school, you need to do this, and it's not your e-secretariat. You need to start in another procedure. Only once you are accepted, then you will see in the e-secretariat, and then you will have the master degree. But from now, you need to do this even if you are a student of this school, okay? Basically, it's to register there, to specify which is your degree that give you access to the master, and then you have some documents that are needed to upload. If you are from this school, okay, it's very easy because we already have all your records, so you just need to prove, as Marcos has already explained to you, the English certificate and then your curriculum vitae. That's all you need, okay? If you are from another university, public university of Spain, then you will, of course, need to upload the same as the other ones, and the transcript of record and the bachelor diploma, okay? We understand that most of you are finishing now your bachelor degree, so when you ask for this admission, you haven't finished probably. So what we need to have is the most updated transcript of record, because we need to prove that at least you can be graduated this semester. So once you start the master degree, you have finished your bachelor degree. So that's very important to upload, not the official one, but the most updated one. And of course, if you have your diploma, your diploma. And those of you coming from abroad, we need your passport, your English, your curriculum vitae, and also the transcript of record and the legalized and translate bachelor diploma. It's also very useful to us and mandatory to have the equivalences rating system from the Spanish university and your own university, some subjects description, some link or something that the admission committee can see. If they see your transcript and they know about a subject, they need to know exactly what you have been taught in your bachelor, so they can assign you a tutor and also specify if you need some requirements, some subjects to enroll at the beginning of the master. And also you will need to fulfill a form, which you will find it on the website, okay? All of these documents important. They need to be digitally signed. It's important for us to have a verification code so we can see that they are official ones. And this is very important for us. We understand that you may not have this document available until you finish, but at least for the enrollment, it will be mandatory, okay? It's important. So once you have already uploaded all these documents, then you will have to choose which master degree you want to apply for. In the UPC website, you can apply for several master degree. For each master you apply for, you have to pay 30 euros, okay? And then your status is already validated from us, then the admission committee will look at it and then will tell you something about your admission, okay? You will see it through a comment through this website and also receiving an email. During this procedure, how can we assist you? Basically, of course, is assisting to this information also by phone, by email, in person. Please be aware that you need to have a prior appointment, okay? And during the enrollment, we also have a chat, only available during the enrollment days, okay? So once, hopefully, you are accepted in the program, you need to accept this place. And then, as I told you previously, you will see that in your own e-secretaria, it will appear now the master degree, okay, besides your bachelor. And those of you who are not from the UPC, we will give you access to the e-secretaria, and then you will be able to pay the 300 euros. Okay, this 300 euros is like a payment of is an advance payment of the enrollment fees that will be deducted from the first enrollment, okay? But it's essential and mandatory if you need us to send you an admission letter, maybe for a grant or maybe for your visa procedures. So be aware that no admission letters will be sent to you unless you follow all those steps. And for those of you who are from here, and maybe you have already becas del Ministerio de Educación, you need to know that all our master degree are official ones, so they are, it's possible to continue requesting for a scholarship. But you need to be aware that usually it's from March to May. So maybe you don't know already if you are admitted or not in the program, but you need to ask for the beca before, okay? So this is important for you because then it's too late for you if you want. And those of you coming from abroad, I'm sorry about that, but there are no grants available. So you should come granted from your own country if you need so, okay? So that's basically it from my part. Now we can just see through the chat or even here if there are some questions. We'll finish now the recording of this session, so you can ask any personal things or whatever you need to know. Marcos or I will assist you. Thank you.